Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today I'm going to be whipping out the Nergal to do some more Abyss again. And this is then going to again be the T2 Electric Abyss. And it's because the last time the T2 I failed. And I've only made a minor change to the fit. I think the major change is going to be now as a piloting concept, or like the way I pilot is going to be slightly different. So for example, last time, remember I died really hard to that battle cruiser. That rogue drone battle cruiser absolutely annihilated me, and I was thinking about, okay, what exactly went wrong here? And it was basically because I was orbiting really close, so it was fine. I was able to tank the damage. The problem is I wasn't able to tank the damage so well, so I was hovering around like 20 to 25% armor, and because of that, this made it so that I had actually all the time I was at low armor. So if the rogue drone battle cruiser is lucky and gets to one of those wrecking shots, then that means I'm dead, and that's exactly what happened. The rogue drone battlecruiser was lucky, and I got a wrecking shot and just one-shotted me. For example, if I had kited outside its optimal range, so that I had basically full armor all the time, or almost full armor, then I would have probably been able to survive the wrecking shot. But the thing is, I was so close, and I was taking a lot of damage, so that's why my buffer was very tiny, and that's why I died. So the little change I did from the last time was that I put a auxiliary nanopump 2 instead of a kinetic hardener to my armor. There are two reasons because of that. First of all, I get more EHP per second with this because it affects all armor resistances, not just the kinetic. So this basically makes my armor repair more effective. And also, another really good reason is that the kinetic armor hardener makes my velocity shorter. So now I go 1k a second with the Afterburner on. Before I was going 900 meters a second. So I think that'll also be quite useful. Let's go into the agitated electric abyss and see if we can get through it this time. I prefer to do these electric ones, not because like I almost am always doing electric abysses, and it's just because it's so useful to have that capacitor bonus. You hardly ever get neuted out, because newts are a big consideration in the abyss. You have to remember that newts are a big problem, especially if you're not fully passive tanked. So it is very useful in that regard. If we look here, we've got 30 gigajoules to spare, and I am in only a frigate, and I've got dual cap batteries as well, so even really good newt resistances as well. So we've got the loose deep watcher wave. It should be very, very easy. Battleship waves in general for the Nergal are just so easy. This is just because of how it works. So the Nergal does quite a moderate DPS or slightly above average DPS without it being spooled up. Then when the Nergal has started spooling up its DPS, that is when it gets crazy amounts of DPS. It can get a cruiser level DPS if you give it a couple of minutes. So this guy over here, Effialtes, is actually kiting me pretty hard. So I'm going to use Mystic right here because he usually stays at about 10 kilometers. So I'm just going to sit here with my Mystic. Mystic has 70 kilometer range. And I'm not using any implants or any boosters. And this is just because I want to have it so that I can keep this, because this is a T2. I want to be able to do this, like I want to do this solo T3s. So I don't want to go too hard on the T2, because then it'll be like, okay, whatever. But like I think I should, if I'm expecting this to do T3, I should definitely be able to get this to do T2 without any implants. If we go here, I'll show you right here. Augmentations, nothing going on right here. If we go and orbit this guy here at a very short range, because Occult has a tiny range. So that's something with implants. I could have probably used some kind of implant that will make the range better. I don't even know if that's the case, because I think maybe Disintegrators, they do count as turret-based weapons, because most of the implants are quite specific. They're like, oh, missile or hybrid turret or something like that. So I don't know if there's an implant for Disintegrators, or maybe there's just a general one for turrets that increases the range of them. Because see here, look at this. We're at 240 DPS, 250 DPS, plus 70 from the drones. We're already over 300 DPS. That's really good for a frigate. Soon we're going to approach 300 DPS just with that Disintegrator. So almost, we got 370 DPS very soon. Because these drones, if we go in the fitting simulator, look at this, 370 DPS. The drones do 66 DPS, okay? Let's see now. What is this now? Oh, we're basically at 400 DPS, I think. Yep, 411 DPS. So this is what many cruisers will do, actually. We'll get to 500 plus. We're going to do what like faction cruisers do. So it's really good. Really good for these single targets that have got big HP, because then you have enough time to spool up. It's bad when you've got lots of many low HP targets, then you don't have the opportunity to spool up. So that's one of the really good things, because something I have a big problem with the Frigate Abyss, especially doing them solo, is the battleship waves. The battleship waves just take too long because you don't have enough time to kill them. They've got so much EHP, and since you're doing it in a solo frigate, then it's going to take a really, really long time because your DPS is obviously not going to be as good as something like a cruiser. Let's see now, where's that? Oh, 530 DPS. Where's that DPS? 600 DPS! Like, what the hell? You know, there's even some implants that make it so that you spool up to a maximum amount of DPS, even more than this. This is crazy amounts of DPS. Whoa, so good. Whoa, just so unbelievably good. Let's see now. If we see, oh, okay, spool back. Oh no, we're at 200 again. Okay, let's go into the next transfer conduit. So you'll notice here, the battleship waves are so easy. It's similar to the Purifier, actually, how battleship waves are so easy. However, we'll have easier time with small waves than the Purifier because we'll be applying really well. That's a really good thing about Disintegrators. They have really good... Oh, what is this? Edencom stuff. Oh, yeah. They have very good tracking. And I've actually not been up against these Edencom battleships before. I wonder how this is going to go. Thundertile Desparo Troop. I've never actually done this before. Let's go for this guy because he's repairing. Remote repairing. He's very damaged. Let's get closer. Oh, he hit me quite hard though. You know, something I'm worried about is the drones. How are the drones going to be? Because this Vorton projectors is going to go on me and bounce off to the drones. I'll see how that goes. Oh, he's already repairing quite a lot. It would have maybe been nice to have an MWD. Then I'll be able to get into place quickly and start doing damage. But we've got really good ability to avoid damage with the Afterburner because our signature radius is going to be really teeny tiny. Alright, let's get closer to this guy. What is this? Oh, the biocommutative cache was taken out because it was taken out because of the Vorton projector. That's why it's blue. I was like, what the heck? Why is it blue? Okay. Can you get closer, please? Oh, wait, is this seriously this guy kiting me? Come on now. Get me closer. I need to start using my Occult. Look at that. Do you see my drones taking damage? I probably have to kind of recall them if they take a lot of damage here. Why? Wait, is this Thundertile seriously kiting a frigate? That's crazy if that is the case. Let's recall our drones now. It's taking a lot of damage. This is really annoying. What the hell is this? Oh, I should have maybe gone for that Marshal. Is there any remote prepping going? Like, this is why I don't understand. Why are we fighting Edencom guys? I'm usually friendly to them in the main server, so I don't understand why I have to fight them. It's a bit annoying. And if they should, that would be OP. But like, if they should make it so that, you know, if you're friends with Edencom and they see you, they just let you pass through, or maybe that there come some other ships that, you know, enemy ships like Triglavi and something. Yeah, they want you to kill those instead. Okay, let's grab our drones now. They've got a bit of shields left. We'll just keep orbiting this guy. That was so annoying from that web fire from the Arrester Marshal Disparate Troops. So he wants to arrest me. Ooh, that guy wants to arrest me. Dangerous. So this is very deadly. This is the first time I'm ever actually being against these guys. I've never actually been against them before. And they're applying surprisingly well to a little frigate in an Afterburner. That's like the worst thing for this guy. The way the Vorton projectors work is that they work a bit like missiles, because they have it so that your signature radius plays a role, so they apply in the same way. Like, you're encapsulated by the blast by the explosion that the Vorton projector projects. So it's similar to the missiles, how it works. Like, you want to have a good speed, and like, it doesn't really matter if I'm going towards it or away. The angular velocity does not work. It just misses my absolute velocity and signature radius that plays a role. But it also works a bit like turrets in that they are, I think, like there are some skills that are, like, they don't work exactly like missiles because they've got like flight. They've not got any like flight time or anything like that. So I think that's also the reason they made it so that they don't require any more skills. Okay, let's wreck this guy. It's a bit time consuming because I had to spend so much time traveling. Probably next time, next time what I'll do is I'll go and kill the Marshal first, because it seemed like it was very hard to get to the second battleship because this guy is just going to web fight me. I'm very curious how this kind of spawn would be in T5, because I've never actually encountered one of these Marshal spawns in T5. Maybe it's just like Charybdis Tyrannos, how the higher tier filaments is the same amount of battleships, but it's just that they have made it so that they have like a lot more EHP, or they are like a lot more stronger, better damage, etc. Maybe they'll even have some support frigates or something. I'm not going to grab the loot. I can't be bothered because I'm on the test server. We can actually do that in the T3 just to see what we get. Okay, let's go to the next room, final room for the Nergal. I hope we get Rogue Drone Battlecruiser so I can redeem myself from before, but if not, it's alright. We'll go straight off into T3 in the next video. We've got a bit of a tracking speed boost as well. We absolutely do not need that, but... wait, oh! Some more Eden Common ships. Interesting. Okay, it's a bit... like, I've heard people saying that they actually are quite strong in the Abyss, and that's a bit strange because... Eden Common ships are known for being really weak in games, so I find it a bit weird how people are complaining that they're strong, but at the same time, you know, they're seen as apparently as weak in their actual ships. Okay, so this guy's kiting me just outside my range, so that's really annoying. Mystic, let's go for this. Launch the drones as well. Oh, what the heck? My drone just died instantly. Oh, recall these things. What the heck? There's little frigates. Yeah, it makes sense. Because these frigates, like, they're, as I said before, remember? I said that they're, like, the way their weapons work is that they're not, like, turrets. They're, like, missiles. So they're going to be always... Recall, come on, recall, no! Yes, okay, didn't die. Recall, okay, good. Yeah, it works like missiles, so... I'm going to have a very, very hard time keeping my drones alive because of how these tiny ships are going to do a very good application to my drones when it bounces off me. Okay, let's actually just switch over to Occult, actually. We can go Occult. There we go. Wreck this guy. Ooh, get wrecked. Now go to this guy and wreck his face. Not so much damage. We're tanking so good. Really nice tank we've got. So in T3 it probably won't be any issue because like, our tank is just so amazingly good. The only thing I worry about is that somehow we're going to be like held down and big ships are going to apply really well to us. So like for the stuff that can apply to us, it seems like we're doing really good, but it doesn't seem like it's so good when it comes to big ships. Like you can't face tank a battleship, but the thing is it's very easy to avoid taking damage from a battleship, obviously. Let's see if we can see how much damage the drones take, if they're going to take a lot of damage or it's not really so much. Keep an eye on the shields, see what's going on. Oh, no. We don't want that. Recall. Come on, recall. Stupid drones. Dum-dums. He's basically shield based, you can see here. This is something with the Eden Common ships. They're like the opposite of the Triglavians. The Triglavians, they like to focus on one target because they're one target and they ramp up a lot of damage. The Eden Common ships like to focus on many targets. So they have these Vorton projectors, shoot on something, and then it just bounces to other ships. And they also have mostly shields. The Triglavians have mostly armor tank, or only armor tank, and the Concord or Eden Common ships only have shields. So they're like polar opposites in these regards in their defenses and their damage types. So it's pretty interesting, but I just really think it's dumb how they made it so that the Eden Common ships, they don't do a lot of explosive and thermal damage, because they should be doing a lot of explosive and thermal damage to do a lot of damage to Triglavians, because they were made to kill Triglavians, and they should have very high explosive and thermal resistances. Apparently they do not. They have the complete opposite. They have like kinetic and EM damage. That's really annoying. Alright, T2 done. Let's move on to T3 in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.